Need an Embercleave off the top. We're more likely to get an Embercleave at 8% than we are a Bone Crusher at now just a measly 2%. Here's Croxa. I wish I could choose to take damage and not discard. That would be cool. Right? We don't get a choice though. There's the Embercleave. We did it. We did it. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we're playing Gruul Aggro in best of 1 diamond rank, and then we finish up with a play any card in standard event, just so I got my event win done. Today we're playing Gruul. We're going to take a look at the deck list. We're going to go into the strategy. We're going to look at some gameplay footage, come full circle with our closing thoughts. Thanks for watching, you guys. To each and every one of you who've individually invested your time and attention to me, I sincerely thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of my future uploads. Most importantly, we're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST, and you can also jump in the Discord link in the description below to continue this conversation throughout the day. Let's get into it. This video is brought to you by AetherHub and MTGA Assistant. Check out mtgaassistant.net, link in the description below, to download MTGA Assistant. It is one of the better trackers. It has a lot of really unique functions built within it, and I think you're really going to like it. So, download MTGA Assistant now, link in the description below. Our deck starts out with 4 copies of Fervent Champion, a 1/1 with first strike and haste. Whenever he attacks, another attacking knight you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Equip abilities you activate that target Fervent Champion cost 3 less to cast. That's pretty cool. Pelt Collector ×4, another 1/1. However, whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector, put a 1/1 counter on Pelt Collector, which is awesome. And then, as long as Pelt Collector has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, it also gets Trample. We have 4 copies of Stonecoil Serpent, a 0/0 for X, reach Trample, protection from multicolors. Oh my god. Stonecoil Serpent enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, so you can cast this card for whatever you like. We have 3 copies of Robber of the Rich, a human, this needs to be noted here, with reach and haste for 2/2. Whenever Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in their hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn that you've attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card that's been exiled and spend mana as though it were any color to cast that spell. We have 2 copies of Nessian Hornbeetle. This is a 2/2 with at beginning of your combat on your turn. If you control another creature with power 4 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on the Hornbeetle. We have 3 copies of Paradise Druid, a 2/1 that can be tapped for a mana of any color that has hexproof as long as it remains untapped. We have 4 copies of Wildborn Preserver, a 2/2 with flash and a reach. Whenever another non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X when you do put X 1/1 counters on Wildborn Preserver. It needs to be noted that it needs to be non-human, and we only have Robber of the Rich as a human in the deck. That's why I mentioned that earlier. We have 2 copies of Gallia of the Endless Dance, a 2/2 with haste. Other satyr creatures you control get +1/+1 and have haste. Pretty cool. And whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may discard a card at random. If you do, draw 2 cards. We have 3 copies of Bone Crusher Giant with Stomp attached to it, an instant adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. And then Bone Crusher Giant himself is a 4/3. And whenever Bone Crusher Giant becomes the target of a spell, Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. We have 3 copies of Questing Beast, a 4/4 Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Can't be blocked with creatures with power 2 or less. And then combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. And whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to a target or planeswalker, or target planeswalker that person controls or that player controls. We have 4 copies of Embercleave, a 6 cost with flash. However, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. And then when Embercleave enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature you control. An equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample, and double strike, which is insane. Once it's already on the battlefield, you can re-equip it for the cost of 3, 0 if it goes to your Fervent Champion. We have a single castle, Embereth. It enters tapped unless you control a mountain. You can pay 4 with the tap of it to give all your creatures +1/+0 until end of turn. We have 7 mountains, 9 forest, 4 stomping grounds, 2 Temple of Abandons, scry 1, and a single Fabled Passage. That's the deck, you guys. Let's talk strategy. So this deck actually works really good, and it's a lot cooler, I think, than the other Gruul decks we've seen in the recent past. It's so small. Normally Gruul gets big. You got the 5/5 Lovestruck Beast, right? You're really relying on that. But Shatter the Sky, it totally toasts it. And then Elspeth Conquers Death toasts anything else as well. So we're keeping it light, we're keeping it fast, and we want to get in and out for turn 4 if possible. If not, we trade on turn 4 and we get the kill on turn 5 for sure. So what it looks like is a classic aggro deck. You put all your creatures on the field, you turn them sideways, and you attack your opponent for as much damage as possible, you guys. And it's just kind of like a flip of the coin, if you will, whether you win or not, and you beat their field wipes. Most of our cards are very cheap, and the sleeper of this deck, you guys, is Wildborn Preserver. If they do shatter the sky or get to a point where they're ready to shatter the sky, hold Wildborn in your hand, let him shatter, play it right after he plays it, and boom, you're back in again attacking. And that should be on turn 4 with your Wildborn, so hopefully you draw that land for turn 5, and you can Embercleave your Wildborn Preserver right after you get shattered and hit him for 6 damage after a shatter. So you're going to get a lot of damage in before the shatter. He shatters, you hype up your Preserver, and you finish the game, you guys. We also have the Stomps if you need to get that little bit of extra reach. Stone Cold Serpent has protection from multicolor. If he's a multicolor deck, you throw Embercleave on your Stone Cold Serpent. He can't block it because of the protection functionality, right? So you get a nice clean hit that way. He already has Trample, so it's not so good, but it does work really nicely. Nessian Hornbeetle is going to click up all the time when we get our big baddies on the field. And the same as Pelt Collector, right? Like, that's really good. Gallia of the Endless Dance. This is going to help us draw if we need. That's it, you guys. There's not a lot of strategy here. It is a simple deck. Most aggro decks don't require that much strategy. Remember your Castle Embereth, I guess, is one of the hardest things to remember in this deck. But again, that's it, you guys. Try to put your Embercleave on your Questing Beast because he has Death Touch, which is amazing. I thought he had Trample. I guess not. My bad. If you have Death Touch, Trample... oh no, First Strike and Trample. Perfect. So if you have Death Touch and Trample, you're only going to need to deal 1 damage to that creature to kill it. So that means you'll deal 1 damage out of 5 to that creature, kill it. The other 4 go to the opponent, and then the full other 5 from the double strike go to the opponent. So you get 9 in on the opponent if he blocks with a single creature, and you attack with your Questing Beast Embercleave combo. So that is a really nice way to get that last bit of damage in as well, right, you guys? Yeah, there's so many options within this deck. Just take what you get in your hand, throw it down, turn it sideways, smash your opponent, and let me know how you make out down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, you guys. Before we get into today's gameplay footage, I do want to remind you that we're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. You can also jump in the Discord link in the description below to continue this conversation throughout the day. If you have any questions about this video or any other videos, or even just any MTG Arena topics in general, we've got almost 500 people in the community now. So it's pretty active. You can ask a question and you're going to get help almost immediately, which is really, really cool, especially for beginner players who might have a lot of questions, right? So again, thanks for watching. Now let's get into today's gameplay footage. All right, you guys. This is the same gentleman from the other day where we had that epic Jeskai match, X picks. So hopefully we don't disappoint again. And let's just let it rip, right, boys? Robber of the Rich in the house. Esper Dance. Wow. Keys, okay. Let's double down in Robbertown. Taking as many cards as we can. Teferi off the top. That's good. Teferi off the top. Down to 12. By golly, a third land would be cool. You know what I mean, kids? What is going on? There it is. That lets us go Pelt Collector into our third robber. That's so aggro. In for 2 more damage, down to 10. Let's draw 2 more cards. We get a land. We get 2 lands. And hopefully, just hopefully, we draw a land. We can play our Questing Beast. It will need to be an untapped forest or a shock land. Our opponent is unable to take any of our cards, as they are all creature cards. He does see what his future holds. Oh, Kaya, probably on Pelt Collector. Up to 15. We get that forest like we talked about. Let's do it. We're preying on the fact that he doesn't have Shatter. There's one. At least we get one of them. Right, we've got a full hand here on the side from our opponent to start casting. Down to 9. Gets rid of our grave, that's fine. Plays the land. If there's no Shatter here, I think we can cement a win. But again, that's kind of how these things go. An ECD on our beast. Okay, okay. We've got nothing to bring back. There's no way we get haste with anything. So let's swing in and see what we get of his to play. A Doomford Told. By golly, I want to play that. So we've got some tough choices here. 4 land on the field. The Doom Foretold feels good, but I don't want to sacrifice anything. Gas does nothing. Teferi is pretty cool. Let's just stick to what we know. Ending our turn. If he wipes us, we can flash in our Preserver, right? And that'll be really nice. If he doesn't wipe us, he's taking 3, 4, 5 damage confirmed. He's definitely thinking about it. It's not an easy choice to make by any means. Stonecold Serpent has protection from his oath. Not that it's a threat at 1/1, but we did want to go really wide, right? And kind of try to force him into the Shatter. And then we can clean up Hayes' life for a Dream Trawler. Wow. This is incredible. We really need to pull out an Embercleave here. Right off the top, boys. 1 Embercleave coming up. We'll hit for 2, 4, 6, 7 here and mitigate. 2 of it, 4 of it. Wow, that's not Embercleave. Let's see what we get. We had 2 more draws. They could be good. They do cost more because of Elspeth Conquers Death, so that's actually really good for him. So we get him down to 3. We have the land. We can't cast Shatter the Sky. 1 more, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very close. It would be very cool. Elspeth's Nightmare does nothing for us. The Birth doesn't do much. Fairy's probably our best bet.
Late.
He's got nothing in his graveyard.
Time for
Let's go out on a limb, take out his blocker.
I've got it.
Get another land, which is nice. We already played one this turn though. All of our robbers are still up. ECD fizzles without him discarding with his Dream Trawler. This is good. He's at 3. He goes to 8 minimum. He could go to 10 with Thirst. In which case we hit for 2, 4, 6, 7. And we still need to find that cleave. He could double cast a Thirst and go to 12. By golly, 9 life would be pretty cool. Discarding Dance of the Mats. He is a dance deck, so I do want to hit him with that Elspeth's Nightmare, just so he discard his graveyard and he can't reanimate any enchantments, which he has a couple of now. Killing his own to Fairy. Not us, that's great. Up to 11. I thought he'd go to 12. Might be. Plays the land. Now he shatters. Draws a card. He must have something up his sleeve. I hope it's great. But it's not as being foretold. I do not want to sack this Crested Beast. That was a cool top deck. I have to assume it is. He's an Oath of Kaya to sack, so we're going to back ourselves into a corner. We have no cards to discard, at least, when it fizzles. So he doesn't get a lot of value from it. It's just like 4 costs removal. Oh my god, Dance in the House. That's why we wanted to exile his graveyard, you guys. Let's give him the good game. And of course, now we get our Embercleave. Wow. What a mess. This is a really nice hand. Probably the best hand we've had yet in playing this deck. We've just been so land screwed, it's not even funny. We've got our cat out to represent. We're ready to play our Temple of Abandon. Take the Scry. Play our Mountain. Play our... I want to call it Stomp, but it's actually Robber of the Rich. It's been quite a morning. Our internet has been all over the place. We're struggling with it continuously. But we're here with MTGA Assistant. Paradise Druid does help, but with 3 land already in play, I think my chances of drawing a 4th are pretty good. 40%, you guys, and we have 3 turns to do that, so if you stack 40%, 3 times, we're sure to get it. I'm sure that's not how percentages work when added, but we'll pretend that it is. Right? I'm not great at math, but I know enough to know that you don't stack percentages just with simple addition. What's 40%? 3 times in a row, you guys, as an overall percentage. I'm sure someone knows. Y'all are smart. Smart, smart, smart. Holding the phone here. We have the ability to either Robber or Wildborn Preserver, depending on what's needed. It's the 1/1 we don't really care about. So that equals Preserver. Right? We just drew our land that allows us to play our Questing Beast, which is really nice. So let's play this, play our Robber. We're going to click up our Wildborn. Oh no, does it have to be non-human? It's a human archer! Pity the fool who makes the non-human mistake. That's okay though, they're still nice creatures. It's a good thing we didn't pay for the land. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, that's fine. Eddie the innkeeper in the house. Does he get the draw off it? What does he have for a 2-drop? Nothing. He's just gonna bone crush my preserver. That dirty dog. So we're not gonna play the Questing Beast. I wish we could. We need to remove his draw engine, which is the Edgewall innkeeper. Let's pay life here. Get our second Robber in. And just start exiling these cards and build a second hand for ourselves to play from. Land, land. I'm sure he likes that. Down to 12. Hopefully he doesn't drop a land here. And that's what he needed. That's all we can pray for. Nope. Gets his land, gets another innkeeper, gets his Love-Struck Beast. Tough. Even draws a card. One. 2 Embercleaves. We're not going to Embercleave Robber of the Rich. And we didn't really get anything good. But we do have Questing Beast. We can hang out, no attacks, there's no need. And we're going to Embercleave our Questing Beast next turn. Given that he survives a petty theft. Right? We don't want him to be bounced. We got 3, 4. For the Great Henge, that's pretty cool. He can tap the Great Henge with his blue down for petty theft. He doesn't. He goes all in. And, wow, the Great Henge is strong, you guys. Luckily, we have Trample Death Touch. So that's really going to save us in, like, so many ways. One, 2, 3, 4. I'd have to pay life for it to keep my chump blockers for next turn. I don't know if I want to do that. Probably do. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll have 2 left. That's not enough. Ooh, an Escape to the Wilds. I really like that. Let's see where these blocks line up. So our Robber of the Rich is gonna die. Questing Beast is gonna live though. Right? We get that big 5/5 body out. And we also have a huge defender, right? Probably could have attacked with my second Robber, actually, now that I think of it. Right? We could have got that token removed, or we could have pushed him down to 3. And we would have got another card off the top. So, Bone Crusher on the Robber, which has done nothing now, right? Totally wasted. We should have attacked. How cool would it be to stack Embercleaves? That gives me the shivers just thinking about it, you guys. Back up to 7, takes the land, plays a second Innkeeper, draws a card. Are you joking me? Nice. And he can still play his secondary Giants. The Questing Beast is the only thing that's going to save us as long as we don't see a Petty Theft. If we see a Petty Theft, that sucks. No, but he still has access to it. He only needs the 2 mana, and he's drawing really, really aggressively. We are getting boxed out today in our Gruul matches, you guys. Getting close. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully no Petty Theft here. We're going all in. Just so we can cast our Embercleave on our champion if we need. It is. I'm so sick of that. Brazen Borrower is busted, you guys. Ouch. Getting hit for like 10 damage here at minimum. Plus our opponent's gonna gain a bunch of life. Has a Lucky Clover. Makes sense. Escape to the Wilds. You can play an additional land. Play every card he's ever dreamed of. Right, you guys? We are getting boxed out. And that's probably why Gruul isn't as competitive tier 1. Maybe tier 2, 2.1.5, something like this. Robber of the Rich literally doesn't help us at all. I'm sure he's got another Petty Theft. In fact, I can see it. No, that's his original flyer. I mean, what else would he hold priority on with 2 mana? Incredible. Best game, you guys. Complete control. We're absolutely getting dominated. It says for 10 confirm next turn at least, and he's got a full mid of cards to play. I cannot bear to see another second. Okay, you guys. We've been getting straight bullied. Let's try our best. We are in Diamond at the very start of the season, which is an equivalent of being in a top-ranked Mythic position. So these matches are very tough. Let's get our Preserver out. Right. Interesting. What world are we living in? I do not know. Second Pelt Collector, that's pretty lucky. A couple of Baden bits in here. Stonecold Serpents. Doesn't look like multicolored, looks like colorless. So let's toss that to the bottom. No attacks here and turn. He's gonna put these tokens on him pretty aggressively here. A secondary Overseer. Very nice. Where's a Chain Whirler when you need it? Hashtag Gingerbrute. And they're all going up just like that. No blocks. Let's just go big, push up our Pelt Collectors. He's not going to block with that Overseer. Guaranteed. They get big. right? He's going to hit us for 9 this turn, probably. I mean, hopefully he doesn't have any more, right? He's got to tap one of them. Oh, he taps them both to hit us for 4. Can make his Ginger Root unblockable. Very cool combo, you guys. I like it. It's original. We can't block. Down to 16. Oh, I have haste. I could block. We won't, though. Taking damage here. Casting our champion for 1. And our Stonecold Serpent for 3. Clicks up both Pelt Collectors. Right, we have a lot of damage on the field here. We can't pay for our Preserver, unfortunately. Decline. He hits us for a lot. We will strike in with our Pelt Collectors, take him down to 10, and we should be able to Embercleave next turn and finish the whole ordeal. Let's chump block with the Preserver. Let's leave all back to chump block. Let's just play it safe. We don't want to lose a match from overextending. Down to 10. We have Embercleave. Right? So we just need this turn to play out. Plays his 4th land. He's keeping pace with us. Fires of Invention. Oh my gosh. He gets a full nother tab here. Or I guess a play for 4. It's in all that glitters. He can be blocked. Nice. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These Fervent Champions always have to stay back to chump block that Ginger Brute. I can't even explain life right now, you guys. What is happening? So he blocks 3. He blocks my 3/3/3s. I almost just want to go for it. What's the math on this? He's got 10. And we could deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9, 10. I'm pretty sure that works because our Fervent Champions click up. And then we block. Or the Overseer can tap when he's blocking, can he not? He can. Right, so if he goes in full control, he can tap those. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That way. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Simple math has got us straight triggered, you guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. What a life we've lived. You can only lose so many times before you get fully triggered. Let's put it on the gentleman without first strike, so now they've all got first strike, and the Preserver has double strike. So even if he clicks up his guys, which is great, it's not going to do enough because it's not to block it. Good game, you guys. That's a pretty cool deck, and it almost had us. I want to start off by saying I've never seen so much land in a Gruul deck. I can just imagine the things we're going to be able to accomplish with this much land. Bell Collector's a good start. Rakdos Aggro? Probably. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Let's see, turn 2 Croxa. No, negative. Overly familiar, makes sense. This deck kind of does like a lot of damage to us. Try to set ourselves up for these Preserver drops. Saving our Giants, I guess, and trying to dig for an Embercleave. Mayhem Devil we lose. Rotting Regisaur we lose. I don't think he's playing that though. That's not played with the cat whatsoever. Just the grossest card in the world, you guys. No jokes. For real talks. No blocks. Take the damage. By golly. Let's come in tapped. Pass our turn. Say oops. Let them think we made a mistake. So, he's gonna have to sack it. Right, we're gonna discard our 4th land here. It's mountain. Take a little bit of damage, which sucks. We're gonna try to get him to ping our Pelt Collector. He does. Now let's toss in this Preserver to save our Pelt Collector. And that's gonna be the only good move I do this entire game. Cry. Priest of the Forgotten Gods in the house. We should double block this, shouldn't we? Just to get rid of it. It's so good. Like, Mayhem Devil ruins the game. We have to. It's a 2-for-1 for him. I like it. I'm sure he likes it as well. Let's not forget about that little lady. Let's pass our turn. Try to flash this Preserver out. Mitigating the 1 damage from his cat's not necessary. If he plays an Oven, we'll do it instant speed. So then he'll need to sacrifice another treasure to do so, but... Man, I hate Midnight Reaper. That's almost worth taking off the map too, isn't it? Pass to attackers. Hopefully he attacks with a cat. He does. We get to kill it. Wildborn Preserver saving the day again. Very nice. He gets the draw. That part sucks. Let's be honest. Let's just go big. Paying 2, going to 4. That's going to allow the attack, you guys. Pretty cool stuff. We can step on his Midnight Reaper next turn, I guess. Right? Trying to draw that Embercleave out now. It could work. Let's look at our percentage brought to you by MTGA Assistant. 8% on Embercleave, you guys. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're going to get. Straight chillin'. He's got 5. He's got to discard 5 or exile. That includes his cat, so he doesn't want to do that. He can attack into the Bone Crusher Giant. I'm okay with that. I'll take the trade. Another Mayhem Devil. That's so good. Into a Croxa. Discarding our land, taking 3 damage. Sucks. My gosh, does that feel bad, you guys. And he gets the draw. Wow, that's pretty cool with Midnight Reaper, I'll admit. Midnight Reaper, Mayhem Devil, Kroxa. If that's not the coolest stuff I've seen. I want to go big, but I need to get rid of that Reaper. Let's try it. Clicking up by 1. Okay, that's big damage. So he wants to block, obviously, the Bone Crusher Giant with something. Does he take 9, though? That's incredible. Guys, oh my god, you guys. Down to 5. Whew. He needs that cat in play to start gaining some life. He also needs to play this Kroxa again, which is going to shut down our 5/5. He'll take 4 damage. We can, you know, the Bone Crusher will get discarded with Kroxa. Shoot. We need a Bone Crusher off the top. We need an Embercleave off the top. We're more likely to get a Embercleave at 8% than we are a Bone Crusher at now just a measly 2%. Here's Kroxa. I wish I could choose to take damage and not discard. That would be cool. Right? We don't get a choice though. There's the Embercleave. We did it. We did it! 2 wins in a row with Gruul. Thanks to Wildborn Preserver, you guys. Representing. And I think Gruul, if you could learn how to play it consistently and get those draw hands where you want them, could be a serious contender in this meta. Wildborn Preserver is an absolute sleeper. It gets real big, real bad, has reach, and is protected against Elspeth Conquers Death. It doesn't matter where we go. I'd like to kill both creatures though if I had to choose. Right? And his health points. Loving it. Wildborn Preserver. Such a house. So we're stepping out of ranked just for a second. I wanted to finish off our play any card in standard event. Get those 2 wins. And we're going to do it with the help of Robber of the Rich, our Wildborn Preserver. And maybe even a little bit of giant action. We're going to step on him. Right, let's get early access to our Robber on the field. And Ugin off the top. Interesting. I mean, that's going to be pretty expensive for 6. Let's take another scoop here. He bounces it, that's fine. Let's play our Druid. Robber has Rich, so the Robber has Rich. The Robber of the Rich has Haste. So that doesn't much matter. Let's just keep pushing, right? Let's try to do our Robber draw again. We don't necessarily need 3. Really? A secondary borrower? I'm finding this incredibly interesting. No attacks. I'm gonna go in really deep and just play the giant without having played Stomp. Oh no. Nice. I've been uploading in town and I secured a location for us to do the pre-release event on, you guys. I'm gonna be live for 2 days straight for Ikora pre-release. So why don't we just... He's probably holding up Dobin's veto. Another borrower? I'll lose my mind. 3 of them? That's so good. We're gonna put in our Embercleave and take it, and he doesn't want to think about it. We play slower because we're used to trying to reach Mythic, and not everybody has that resolve. Alright, you guys, this was Gruul Aggro. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. We are live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. You can also join our Discord, link in the description. If you'd like to keep some company, maybe you have some questions. We have over 500 community members now who are actively helping one another. It's just a great place to be. You can get an answer for a question literally in minutes by multiple people from multiple perspectives. So that's really, really cool. We're all really friendly. There's not been any incidences yet, so that's great. Magic people are amazing. It's just been such a welcoming experience. Thank you all for your continued time and attention. I cannot say how grateful I am, even though I continuously stumble my words. Hopefully, next year will be a little bit smoother, and I feel better than where we started already. We're coming up on 1 year. You guys, it's almost our 1 year anniversary. We've got to plan something special. Let me know what you think we should do. Definitely I'm open to suggestions. And be sure to book your calendars, you guys, for the pre-release event. I've managed to secure a location in which we have high-speed Ethernet, right? I don't even want to call it internet. It's a little bit better than that, or at least better than what I'm used to. So I'm really excited for that. And we're going to be pumping out mad content, streaming probably for 2 days straight. Really looking forward to seeing you all there. Like I said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, either on YouTube or on Twitch, 6 a.m. PST every single day. If you liked today's video, be sure to check out some of our other content. We built playlists for our guides for beginners, and then we also have our greatest hits, which is a collection of our most popular videos. You can also subscribe if you're interested in winning up to 500,000 gems. So do that, tap that like button, send this out to a friend who you think might be interested in it as well, and have a great day.